what we're going to be working on today is OpenDJRadio. We're going to be first adding in a button so that you can skip songs that are in the queue. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to add a randomizing feature so that if you queue up your songs, we want to make sure that they will ask you if you want to randomize it. And then additionally, we have one little piece of logic in here, which is that if we have multiple songs that have the same value, it's not ordering them correctly by date. So, and I apologize, I cut myself while shaving, so I'm bleeding a little bit, but hopefully by the end of the stream, this will stop. So, let's go. The first thing I want to do is look at the queue where we're dequeuing a song. Which is, in here you should have a DQ next song. And when you do this, you're ordering it by the weighted value, and then you want to do a then by descending of the timestamp. We want to get the one where it has not been played and it has not been skipped. And then right here, we need to do the same thing with this a second time. Okay, that should probably fix that. The other thing I wanted to get was get my song queued. Then we want to do the oldest to the youngest, so it's a then by. Was curious what the C# portion of the app handles. It handles the majority of it. So I'm using SignalR for my data transfer layer. The C# part of the app is an ASP.NET app, and what it does is I use SignalR to send back and forth the server state to all of the different clients in the room, and then also I have a database where I'm tracking things, and that's what's managing the whole app. So in a way, it's an electronic backend server. Okay, so now we'll give it a run here. We will give it a run in here as a ng-serve open. And then also we want to start up the landing page. Okay, here's our landing page. Takes us to the app, which is probably still starting up right now. So the functions that Node.js would handle if used, yes. Except I don't think Node is as, when things get large and scalable, I don't think Node holds up nearly as well as what's going on there? We'll do this one, and then I want to do on my unconnected. I'm new, so I'm learning. No worries. So I don't think it ever got through this, the hub service. Well, we'll do it again. We get my user token, we get the ID. What failed there? Do it one more time. So when I get my response here, it's going to say, that's fine, the username, the ID, we're going to get the user ID. So it's failing on the database. So just a second. So it was failing on this. So we'll try it again. Try it again. Okay, I'm going to check this thing. This time I get my entity. I thought. It's being real weird with me right now. See, so it's not finding the entity. So one of my settings is wrong here. If I look at my auth config, that looks right. If I look at my globals, that looks right. If I look at my paths, that looks right. If I look at the connection string there, that looks right. So everything looks okay. So what I'm going to do is jump over into my VM and we'll open up my SQL server. And let's go ahead and delete this one and this one. And what I want to do is a new migration on this. Small changes to room. Okay, we don't need this, so we can remove this migration. One thing I need to do is in the config, I want to remove this term. And we'll do one more update here called add migration, and it's going to be removed profanity string. Okay, and we can do an update database on that. Give it a minute for this to update. One of these days, it'll stop bleeding. I hope it's today. Got quite a few migrations in this project now. Okay, almost done here. Almost done. Almost done. I really can't do anything until this finishes. Hey there, ThinkBot Labs. It's been a bit. It goes great today. How are you doing? Good morning to you. Cut myself while shaving, so I'm bleeding a little bit, but hopefully before the end of the stream it stops. Otherwise it'll have been bleeding for over 2 hours. Okay, and that's done. Now we're going to look at our identity server. And I want to do an update database-c application db context. Working from home, we have a weather coming in, so I'm sorry to hear that. So I get to dev on one screen and work on the other. That's not too bad, you know what I mean? Looking at the positives there. The next one is a update database-c persisted grant db context. And the last one here is a let me check one thing here in my config. So we need to update this stuff. My redirect URL is localhost. If I look at this one, 49,288. Let me look at this in my SQL Server for my production. I'm looking at clients. Okay, and in this one, I want to look at my redirect URIs. It's not showing me any of this stuff in production. I wonder why it's not showing me anything here. That's okay. Weird. So what I'm going to do is in source tree, I'll commit this out right now. And I'm going to say OpenDJ 116, and this is going to be comment is correcting, sorry, it's 126. And this is going to say correcting order of queue. And I'll commit that out and push it. And now what I'm going to do is look at my master branch. And these are my redirects. So what I can do now is go back to my development branch, and in production here, if I look at client, there's one client with an ID of 1. So my post logout URI, there needs to be 2. Just 1 in our case. $49288. And my redirect URI is 4200. And my allowed cores origins are 4200. So over here, I can add one post logout URL, which is a http://localhost 49288. Okay, we want to have a redirect URL. Which is here, and we're going to do a http://localhost 4200. And then the last one is we want to have a cores option. Oh, shoot, you're in production here. So this actually needs to be https://app.opendjradio.com. And then my client cores origin needs to be my client is 1 and my origin is http://app.opendjradio.com. And then the last one is, I think it's the post redirect logout. And this one is http://www.OpenDJRadio.com. I also want to do the same thing on my local. So back over here, I never finished my update database-c configuration db context. Good morning, Peter. Finally getting the ball rolling and removing all the ASP Classic from the site. Sounds like, feels like renewed motivation. That's awesome, dude. Congratulations. ASP Classic is not the most fun. I want to try this again with the identity server. So over here, we'll refresh this. And then under the databases for identity, I'm going to delete this. And we'll do it again. The configuration DB context. The persisted grant DB context. And, oops, I just did that one. And the application database context. We'll start this to seed the database. And now when I look at this in the SQL server, I should see in here under clients. Okay, I should see client redirect URLs. Good, so it's all here. So now what I should be able to do is start up the back end. And then we'll go back here and try it again. So we'll log out, log in. And it logs me in. Okay, this time when it goes through, we get the username and ID. Hey there, Men Gillix. How are you doing? Welcome to the channel. If you have any questions what I'm working on, don't hesitate to put them into the chat. So is it because it can't find this user? Because that's where you make the new user. So in here we want to say if entity does not equal to null. Let me do it again here as a return null. Is there somewhere available, or could you explain what the app does and how it stands out? Sure, it's a music request app, and it syncs the session between multiple users. So if you're at home and your wife's at work, you guys could be listening to the same music. You can lock your room. There's no commercials. You can earn a currency over time, which is how you can vote things up and down. It's live right now at OpenDJRadio.com, so feel free to go and take a look at it. There's an intro video as well that goes along with it. We log in. This time it should create the user just fine. No problem. Then we're going to make the user. Looks like we are probably good to go now. Good, we're connected on Room Hub. And it looks like we're back in business. When I get my next song, looks good. And this should start playing here, and it does. So what I want to do is go and import a Spotify playlist. And this will take just a moment. Okay, and so now when I go back to my rooms and I look at the playlist, I can queue it. Which is here. For some reason, this doesn't want to show the video anymore, so let's do it again. This just doesn't want to show the images anymore, which is really strange. But the music's working fine, so it's playing. So now we want to add a skip. And when this thing completes, we're hoping that it plays OpenDJRadio Intro 1. I think it played from the back. So as can Alid, little bit of truth. So when I look at this, and I look at my room hub, hey there, Menjix. I am a solo developer on the project. How are you doing today? You should have a request song queue in here. I think it's this. Yeah, right here you need to do a dot then by timestamp. Try it again. It's a plugin for the keyboard. It's just a little Node.js applet. Try it again here. Good. The next one should be Oregon Open Season. And it is. So now it's working correctly. The order. And we're going to try something here in an incognito mode. To see if I broke anything. Interesting. So what I need to do is I need to merge my development branch into 126. So let me do a commit here, and I'm going to say changes to seeded data and redirects. And we'll commit that out. And then we can look at this one. I can merge my development branch into it. When I look at my conflicts, I want to use theirs. And we'll commit that out. And when I double check that, that looks good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just make sure that everything's done. So let me set this as my startup project. Go back into domain and do an add migration, ensuring everything has been updated. Okay, and it did, so we can do a remove migration from that. And then I can do an update database. Okay, so that's done. So we'll start it up again here. Morning, Nar. Remember to test it on Firefox. Yeah, it's been working on Firefox. That's a weird bug. Give me a second to log in as another user. Just a second. Back with you. Sorry.
Welcome to OpenDJ.
And then you can see that this is now working. Looks like I need to restart my computer, but this still works. So let's go ahead and go back to the new window, and we can go to my local host 492088 and log in. And what I want to add here is if I look at my queue, we want to add in here a button called remove from queue. So we'll have this all the time. And we're going to say this is remove from queue. And we'll make this one an accent and then a mat accent. And this needs to be removed from queue. So in this, it's going to be a remove from queue. And it's a song queued of a I song queued. And it's a if this dot room service dot application user dot is owner. Then we can say this dot loading equals true, and this dot room service dot, and it's a skip song, and we want to pass in song queued. When this one finishes, skip song, this is skip current song, so we need to make a new one of these called remove from queue. So you're going to get your user ID, you're going to skip your song, and then what you want to do is await clients.group of your you want to do a var application user room equals await data access layer dot read application user room, which is your application user ID and a room ID. Song queued VM has a room on it. So I can just do a song queued dot room name. And we want to do a send asynchronous. And I want to do my var queued songs queued equals await contact data access layer dot read songs queued of my song queued dot room dot ID. And this is called receive remove and I want to do this as a receive songs queued, and we're going to pass in the songs queued. So back on the front end, I need to have a new method in my service called request remove song from queue. And this is going to be a song queued, which is a I song queued. And it's going to be if this dot hub connection, then we're going to do this dot hub connection dot invoke, and it's called a request remove song queued from my song queued. Called request remove from queue. Okay. And in this one, we want to have a confirmation modal. This one. So we're going to have a confirmation, which is, are you sure you want to remove this song from the queue and refund? Are you sure? Are you sure you want to remove this song from the queue and refund all currency spent? And this is going to be a mat dialog. And we'll make this at 350. And if this is true, then we'll do a is loading and a skip song, which is called a request remove song from queue. This needs to be called a mat dialog. Like that. The last thing that this needs is, this is called a remove from queue. Which is here. So if I run it again, okay, if I go to the next song, should be called Die for Pay, and it is. And if I was to remove this one, I don't think the back end was running. Let's try it again. We're going to remove this Southern Man, which fires over here. We get the connection and the user ID, the number of rooms. It didn't like me here. It said song queued. It didn't have a room. And this time we want to say that the smallest that this thing can get is 750. Let's say 850. Well, no, this is 750, and this will be 1,000. You can make it a little less here at maybe 900. So maybe just a little bit more. Okay, but if we did a remove from queue on this one, if I look at my song queued, it doesn't have a room on it. So let's get the room here. Read song queued asynchronous of my song queued.id. And that's this one. Try it again. Hey there, Bammy0001. How are you doing? Welcome to the channel. If you have any questions, what I'm working on, don't hesitate to put them into the chat. Thank you for the support. So I think it was a cool 1,050. Just 1,000. 1,000 is perfect. And if I was to do this, remove this Southern Man. We get the song queued. We read the VM. Try it again. You suggest any keyboards for programmers? This is what I use. I like it a lot. Queue up the playlist. Let's go ahead and get rid of this one. And I think it got rid of it. So back over here now. Under Q, I only want to have this if it is the room and it is the room.is owner. Like that. And also in queue, we want to have a enum called next action. And in this, I'm going to say it's a remove from queue. And then we'll have a has next action, which is equal to false. So this one we want to say clear queue. And I want to say next action is a next action. And this is going to be a this dot has next action equals true, and this dot next action equals next action dot request clear queue. This one will be upvote song. This one will be downvote song. This one is remove from queue. And this one here will be add quantity to song queued. Which is here, and then you have a upvote song and a downvote song. So when you get your songs queued, we want to say if this dot has next action, then we want to say this dot has next action equals false. And then what I want to do is I want to switch on the this dot next action. And then I want to do a case next action dot add quantity to song queued, like that. So we've got that one, clear queue, downvote song, remove from queue, and clear queue. And this is going to be a this.toasterService.success, and this is going to say you have added currency to the song, to the queued song. And this is going to say add success. And this one's going to say you have cleared the song queue. And it's going to say clear success. And this one's going to say downvote, and it's going to say you have downvoted the song, the queued song. And this is called downvote success. And this one needs to be upvote song, which is here. And this is you have removed the song from the queue. Removed song success. Okay? So now when I go to a song and I want to skip Pebbles on My Road, and it says you have removed the song from the queue. So that's good. The last thing I want to check is OpenDJRadio.com. Hey there, Waz Cove. How are you doing? Welcome to the channel. And this is good because we can see that this one's not loading either, so it's a problem on my local. So since this is now complete, I can stop the back end. I can stop the landing page. And in source tree, I can say OpenDJ-126, and my time is 1 hour, or we'll say 50 minutes. And my comment is added remove button to queue. And confirmation to queue actions. And confirmation with toaster to queue actions. Okay, and so we'll commit that out, push that out. And now what I want to do, hey CYS 2002, how are you doing? Welcome to the channel. Thank you as well. If you guys haven't, make sure you check out our Discord, discord.pixelhorrorstudios.com. We're up to over 340 developers. It's a really great technical resource. Highly recommend you check that out. And we will push that out. When I look at the board, 126 has been completed. Let's reload. Give it a second here. Can't make it go any faster. And this is running off of my FreeNAS behind me. So I wonder if it's going down or something. Or if I just don't have enough resources available to it right now. But in either case, the last thing I'm going to do is create a new branch and close out the ticket. There we go. So we'll do that right here. Close out 126. And now we're going to add a 124, which doesn't exist yet, so we'll make a branch for OpenDJ 124. And we will push that one out. That's our next one, is that when we queue the playlist, we want to ask to make sure that it gets randomized. And these are all in the correct fix version. So I need to add in here a new one, which is add roles for users in chat, such as mod, etc. And we'll create that and assign that to me. So we look pretty good. So as for me, I'm out of time for the day. I will be back in the morning, 5:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Thanks for staying with me today. If you haven't, make sure you check out our Discord, discord.pixelhorrorstudios.com. We're up to over 350 developers in there. It's a really great technical resource. Also, I put these videos up at youtube.pixelhorrorstudios.com. Thanks again for staying with me, guys, and have a great rest of your day. I will see you in the morning. Bye, guys.